Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
In the suburbs of Athens, people are fleeing for their lives, evacuating by the hundreds from hospitals and homes and monasteries, leaving however they can. As a brutal heat wave whips up Greece's worst wildfire so far this year, blanketing the Greek capital with thick smoke, torching everything in its path, and turning the sky into an ominous shade of red. Authorities calling this fire exceptionally dangerous, with flames more than 80 feet high. The wind would go in one direction, then the other, this North Athens man says. The smoke was suffocating. You couldn't see. Your eyes teared up. You couldn't breathe. Greece declaring an all-out war on this blaze. 700 firefighters, 190 fire engines, and dozens of planes and helicopters working around the clock as residents take matters into their own hands, putting out flames however they can. More than a dozen injuries, including Pantelis Kyriazis from a village northeast of Athens. He says, the flames surrounded me. I couldn't see. I hit a pine tree, and this happened. It's a crisis.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. This is your brother, your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Noga, August the 16th, 2024, and it's currently 10:16 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Welcome, beloved. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you to all of the people that come here to watch and witness the news. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you for the viewers, the watchers, the passing by, the swagger jackers, and all the people that come over here just to witness and watch and get a different perspective on the news and the events around the world. Beloved, make no doubt, make no mistake. There is no doubt, of course. There is no mistake. We are indeed in the last day, and all the prophecies of 83, they have sent and talk and try to force into this reality is not going to happen. You're about to witness the fury, the wrath of the Most High God Almighty. Is everywhere. Of course, when these things start happening a couple years ago in Europe, especially in Greece and Turkey, Spain and Italy, and a lot of people thought it was a fluke. A lot of people thought, oh, well, this is once in a lifetime, once in 1,000 years, once in every 400 years this happened, and it won't happen again and things like that. But, well, it's been over 5 years now. It's been over 4 or 5 years. This thing keep happening. And it's going to keep happening. And every year it's getting worse. It got worse this year. So as you can see, the people that had troubled us, the people that had troubled Jacob, and they are in deep trouble now. This is not something that happened by mistake or just happened because or for the sake of happening. This is judgment. And we have a few tabs here that shows you, of course, this is Esau's trouble. And there will be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. To our brothers and sisters out there that are afraid, somehow in some way, this fellow or people that look like him will have some form of power, and then they will come in the hood and they will arresting us, and FEMA gonna come over there, the National Guard, the UN, and they're going to come and take us and put us in camps and gas us and kill us and murdering us and do all sort of nonsense to us again. That's not gonna happen. Why? Because it's already happened. They've done that. The reason why most of our people, or many of our people, cannot see Esau's trouble, or don't want to see it, because they still believe they all came from Africa and they didn't went to anything. Our ancestors didn't went to nothing, or whatever they are calling the African slave trade was nothing. It was just something that happened. Our people did not suffer. We haven't suffered enough. Somehow, apparently, we have something that is coming that is going to be worse than what happened to our people during chattel slavery, Inquisition. In fact, most of them, it's not all of them, they don't believe the Inquisition, all those horrible things that happened in heinous act that the 83 done, it was done unto us. They believe so-called Ish was the one the Inquisition was happening to, when there was no record of Ish leaving whatever hellhole they came from. One of the main reasons why our people still out there trembling before Jacob's trouble nonsense, because the camp sold out. A lot of folks online sold out. They did it for the money. And their job is to keep our people in a low vibration. Our job here is to keep you in a high vibration and to keep you in a positive frequency. Let's watch this again, beloved, and see what kind of message the angelic being has for us. Who's your guardian angel? Do you know? Well, if you don't, stay tuned. We have a book for you that can help you navigate your life, spiritual life, or material life, astral life, and your life in general. We'll go into that, but let's see what's going on here, how the angels are speaking with us. This is Greece.
In the suburbs of Athens, people are fleeing for their lives, evacuating by the hundreds from hospitals and homes and monasteries, leaving however they can.
Okay, so again, beloved, like we said before, look at this dude. Look at that guy with this little hose and stuff like that. You can't fight the Holy One with this. It ain't gonna work. This is not how it's done. You can't come with your little hose and try to spray things here and try to fight the fire. This is a holy fire. The best thing to do is do what those people are doing here. Get in your bike, get in your car, flee. Flee before the Lord. You can't fight this. This is not something you can fight and hell even win. You can't.
However they can. As a brutal heat wave whips up Greece's worst wildfire so far.
Okay, those are structures. Okay, those are structures. Those are homes. Beautiful houses, and let me enlarge this right there. Beautiful houses and cars and things being burned down. And if you look at this thing right here, this flame, you can see all sort of things. That's look like a child here, some kind of weird demon-like kid. There's an eye here and another eye there, the weird head, the shoulders and things like that. There are all sort of things in here if you look. Okay, we can see those stuff. And you can see glimpse of it because the cameras are not supposed to catch those things. They can catch a glimpse of it, but not the actual thing. You need to get a spiritual eyes to see the real thing. All right? Is that thing even recording? Because I didn't even check it. Is it? Yeah, it seems like it is recording. All right, let's keep on moving.
This year, blanketing the Greek capital with thick smoke, torching everything in its path, and turning the sky into an ominous shade of red.
Okay? Look at this. Look at this. You think those people are doing this to themselves? You think the so-called the elites over there in Greece? Let me see where they have it. There we go.
Torching.
You think so-called the Grecian over there are doing this to themselves? You think they are trying to set up something so they can bring a new world order? What kind of new world order that they need to bring? So they need to burn down their entire stuff so they can build it back new again? Does that make sense unto you? Does it make sense that the so-called Greeks or the elites of the world, the Bill Gates, the Bilderberg, or the DuPont, all those guys, they're all dead. They are powerless. There's nothing they can do against this. They knew it. They knew their blessing start, and they enjoyed the blessing, and they knew the blessing was going to end. Well, most of them didn't know anything about the end of the blessing. It's up until 2020 when they start watching us and they realize, oh, hey, we effed up. You think they are doing this to themselves? You think they are faking things like that? Oh, look at us. We are doing this so we can come with Jacob's trouble. Oh, hell no. This is our doing, our prayers, our angels are working on our behalf. Michael is in the midst.
Everything in its path, and turning the sky into an ominous shade of red. Authorities calling this fire exceptionally dangerous, with flames more than 80 feet high.
Okay, the flame are 80 feet high. You know what to do. And again, beloved, like I said before, this is not something we are doing. This is not something we just sit there and make up. This is real. 80 feet up. Let's keep on moving.
The wind would go in one direction, then the other, this North Athens man says. The smoke was suffocating. You couldn't see. Your eyes teared up. You couldn't.
This dude, look at this. This fellow name is...
The wind would go in one direction, then the other. Flames more than 80 feet high.
80 feet, 8 plus 0 equals 8. A new beginning. The second Ezra 6:9. That's what that is.
The wind would go in one direction, then the other, this North Athens man says.
The name of this fellow is Spyros Gorilla. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. What is a spiral?
Here's the definition of spiral: winding in a continuous and gradually widening, or tightening, curve, either around a central point on a flat plane or about an axis so as to form a cone.
So, Spyros, is that what that is? Spyros, gorillas. Let me see the name Spyros. What is the name Spyros means? Okay, the name Spyros is Greek name that means basket. It's a vernacular form of the name Spyridon, which is the name of patron saint of Corfu who died in 348 AD. Spyridon or Spyrodon comes from the classical Greek words spyris, which means large basket. I thought it would have meant spirits, but in ancient Greek, spyris also referred to basket used to carry seed. The name of the fellow means basket to carry seed, the seed of Esau. Of course, in the good book, the Holy One said, will destroy the seed of Esau, all right? And gorillas, I'm not quite sure if the actual gorilla or gorillas. What does the name gorillas means? No, it's not that. Okay. The word gorilla comes from an account by Carthaginian explorer Hanno the Navigator, who sailed down the west coast of Africa around 500 BC. According to Hanno's account, his interpreters translate a local name for primates they encounter as gorilai in ancient Greek, which roughly translates to hairy person. However, it is unclear if the explorer actually encountered gorillas or another species of ape or monkey, or even humans. Some interpretation of the word include a tribe of hairy women or long-haired black women. Yeah. Yeah. Pin this on us. Yeah, you know, gorilla or gorillas, okay? All right? This dude name mean basket that carried the seed of the hairy people. Okay, remember the let me get it right quick. All right, so again, this is Genesis 25:25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they call his name Esau. Esau, Esau, hairy garment. The word gorilla, okay, or gorillas, mean hairy person. Now, people they don't want you to know this. Those people were our servant over there in Africa. That's when Hanan saw them there. They were a tribe of hairy people that were subservient to our people worldwide. They were, okay? A tribe of hairy men. And then they tried to say, oh, okay, those are the gorilla, you know. When you shave a gorilla, let me just put it right. Put another one. A shaved gorilla. No. There we go. No, that's not a gorilla. That's a chimpanzee, and this is not shaved. It's hairless. Okay. Well, this is not. A shaved polar bear. Shaved polar bear. Okay, well. A polar bear, which is covered in white fur, is actually a huge black bear. The actual polar bear is black. A polar bear is actually a black bear with a white fur. It's very black, dark skin, because it needs the dark skin to absorb the daylight, the sun. So the polar bear is black, but it has white fur. That's why when you see the polar bear, the nose is always dark and stuff like that. But it's a black bear. It's a huge freaking black bear. So this is a polar bear with hair, and this is a polar bear without hair. So it's a black bear. So a gorilla, a hairless gorilla, hairless gorilla. There we go. Well, a hairless gorilla is actually white. The monkeys, or those guys, they're actually white monkeys. They have dark fur, okay? But gorillas or monkey, when you shave them, their skin is freaking white. So when they are talking about they met a hairless, let's go right here. Okay. See, they keep changing the meaning. Okay, hairy person. Hairy person, long-haired black woman. That has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with that. The word gorilla means a hairy person, just like Genesis 15:25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. See, his name means spirals, gorillas, which means the basket of the hairy people, the hairy tribe. The basket that carried the seed of hairy tribe is being fast flame, being burned down. Everybody got that? So, again, this fellow, spirals, gorillas, spiral mean basket that carry seed. Of course, you hear those people saying, oh, well, Ukraine is the bread basket of Europe. California, the specific valley in California is the bread basket. So basket, of course, is a very important word, and it's a very important idiom that they use to define blessing. Okay? Moses was found in a basket. He turned out to be a blessing unto all people. So basket is another word for blessing. Whenever you have basket in your hand, you're carrying a blessing. For instance, in the story Little Red Riding Hood basket. Okay, so basket always have food in it, lunch, and things like that. Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, well, she always have this basket. Okay, Little Red Riding Hood. There you go. All right. So she carry a basket and the big bad wolf. Let's take this example, of course. And she carry a basket. A basket, of course, is a form of blessing. Or there is always something good in there. Okay? The wolf, all right, was questioning her, what's in that basket of yours? What you carrying over there? What's going on with you? Of course, the word basket in this case in Spywood specifically mean to carry seeds, and the seed of the hairy men. And the hairy man is Genesis 25:25, and the first came out red all over like in the hairy garment. Our previous video, the last Esau's trouble, we went into second Esdras 6:9, and how the accident, the airplane accident over there in Brazil fulfilled that, and we all officially the head, they are the tail. Okay, so now, of course, the book of Obadiah 1:18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Stubble, in that case, all right, let's put it, okay, you know what? Stubble. Oh boy, that's not what that is. Those people always hiding everything. Stubble, wood. Or should I say wood burning? There you go. It's a stubble. Is just like hay, wood, and stubble. It's just for burning. That's what this true form stubble means. Okay. The house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, northern, southern kingdom, okay? And the house of Esau for stubble, fuel, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. So there won't be any of the so-called Edomites left. And they knew that. And they know it. It's not I say this, for the Lord hath spoken it. The mighty one spake it. The two tribes, the northern and southern kingdom, will come with flaming fire, and they will burn the remaining sin of Esau to the ground, and none of them shall remain. Whether the so-called Edomites look like us or they look like somebody else, all of them will be consumed, and there won't be nothing left. None. That is the only race in the Bible. There will be none of them left. They all will be gone completely. The so-called other 83, they will be gone too, but they will receive some form of mercy. But this fellow, Esau himself, he won't receive none. And this is what will happen to the others. Jeremiah 10:16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. See, Esau, so to speak, he will go into captivity, but he will not enjoy captivity. We will not literally be alive long enough to somewhat come up with a plan to swagger Jack overthrow us again, because that's what he always did. He will go into captivity after he served his 1,000 years of captivity and plus the taxes and interest. All of them will be put to the stubble and burned, and none of them should remain. But the others will still be in captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and they that pray upon thee will I give them for praise. So everything those folks have done unto us, all of them, whether they are Asian, East Asian, Hindustanis, Bharat people, whoever's out there, African, other Israelites that sold us out, the so-called Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, those Pierre, all of them, they will be given unto us as a prey. So Mr. Spyro, gorillas mean the basket of the hairy man, in other words, the blessing of Esau, the blessing of the hairy fellow that came out red as a garment. And this guy is a Greek or Grecian over there in the land of Greece, so to speak, which is not the real Greek, but hey, for the sake of this video, this is what that is. Everybody understand? Do you comprehend? Are we on the same page here? Is that thing even recording? All right. Well, if everybody know and see exactly what that is, I'm not making this up. This is everything that is in here. Spyro's gorilla basket or blessing that carry the seed of the hairy people. 83, Esau is being burned down. You see the whole thing. Let's take a little break.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
All right. This is our book. Who's your guardian angel? What's your color? What's your day? What's your metal? What's your flower? What's your perfume? What's your cologne? What's your plant? What's your day? What's your hours? What is your house? What are your special days? Do you have a special days? Do you know your mission here? Do you know your gift? Do you know your prayer for the day, for your day? What are you? Are you a Nogahite? Are you a Madimite? Are you a Levanahite? Are you a Shemeshite? Are you a Kokavite? Are you a Zedekite? Are you a Shabbatite? If you don't know the questions from those answers, if you don't know the answers from those questions, they are in this book. However, there's a catch. This book has to call you. If the book calls you, you want to know what special things that you have. If you want to know how to run a spiritual background check, this is your book. See, a background check reveals certain things that are hidden from people. That's why when you go getting a job, well, a serious job at least, they will run your background. Things that you've done, things that you have. So the 8K Family Handbook, how to do a spiritual background check. Connect with your guardian angel and develop your magical abilities. What you are calling magic is nothing but energy, skills, powers, superpowers. In modern science, they refer to it as quantum physics or quantum mechanics. It's just a fancy way of saying magic, that's all. That's why they can't dive into it. There shall be a link in the description. And of course, there is a link in the chart pinned at the top. And there are many other ways you can get this book. You can get it on Amazon, or you can get a signed copy from me by just sending me an email. Let us keep on moving.
The smoke was suffocating. You couldn't see. Your eyes teared up. You couldn't breathe.
And that's exactly what's going on with 83. The Holy One is burning their eyes, is burning their stuff. They can't see, they can't breathe. They're all over the place. Well, go vote, go, because they know that's how you give them the blessing. You don't understand it. Our people do not understand when they go vote, they give away the blessing. They don't understand that. When they pray, our thoughts and prayer, they give the blessing to 83. That's why they are able to stay in power just a little bit longer, but not that much. Not this time. Our people are well awake. We ain't gonna vote. We ain't gonna pray.
Greece declaring an all-out war on this blaze. 700 firefighters,
700
firefighters.
Great.
700
firefighters. Okay, with this little thing they are doing over here, you know, those little spray thing, it ain't gonna work. This is just for show, just for TV show. 700 firefighters. You know what to do.
firefighters, 190 fire
190 fire engines. One plus 9 equal 10. 10 plus 0 equal 10. Michael and the Miss.
and dozens of planes and helicopters.
Dozen of planes. Let me see this. Here we go. Let me enlarge this right quick. As you can see, the phone number for, I believe, 911 over there, the form of emergency, is 199. Okay? Of course, 190, 1 plus 9, 10, 10 plus 0, 10, Michael's in the miss. 199, 1 plus 9, 10, 10 plus 9, 19, 1 plus 9, 10, Michael's in the miss. Both ways. It's on the truck, it's in here, it's everywhere. I'm not making this up, it's right in front of you.
Dozens of planes and helicopters working around the clock as residents take matters into their own hands, putting out flames however they can.
This is not going to help at all. This is not the intensity of the fire. As far as it is right there, the flame, the heat from it can literally dry up and burn this fire without even touching it. This little bush, whatever they have over there.
More than a dozen injuries, including Pantelis Kyriazis from a village northeast of Athens. He says, the flames surrounded me. I couldn't see. I hit a pine tree, and this happened. It's a crisis that Greece braces for every year, with extreme heat and dry, windy summers fueling unrelenting wildfire seasons, like the one.
So again, there's 62 right here. Again, it's every year. This is July 2023. It's every single year, and it's getting worse and worse. And you think those people have like until 2030? You think they have another 6 years of handling this? You think they have until 2050? Well, in 2150, 100 years from now, 120, 140 years from now, humanity, Japan. No, you're not. You're not. We already told you the so-called Esau, Edomite, they are an extinct race. Gentiles went extinct in the 70s. They know that. See, all they are doing right now is just a charade, just trying to keep you, hey, we are, the Latinos, we're like 71%. You know, they increase so much by having babies. That's a lie. The sister already made a video about this. We all know this. We told the people from the beginning, the reason why they are opening the borders and let them here, like, this is not something they just start doing. They've been doing this somewhere around even before in 2000, right after the 9/11 thing. They've been opening the border and let everybody come in and stuff. And then 2008, 2007, 2008, they let all the Arabs coming over there and Europe. And every single of those countries, they have low birth rate. They've been extinct, so there's nothing they can do now. Okay, they were extinct in the 70s. They passed the limit of no return in the 70s.
Last year, I got a first-hand look at the damage.
On the outskirts of Athens, the fire burned so hot that parts of this car literally melted off.
More than 20 people died in last year's fires, and scientists say climate change is making it worse.
That's a bunch of lies. Those people want you to know that whatever that you're fighting is nature, or you can fight it. Or the reason why it's happening is because, fossil fuel. Well, the reason this is happening because there's too much emission from cars and people doing emission in the atmosphere, which caused this. Listen, let me tell you something. You see, if there is one thing so-called 83 do not like is inconvenience. They do not like anything to interfere with the blessing while they're enjoying themselves. And next thing you know, there is a fire caused by something they could have prevented. You see, if those people knew what they are calling climate change or the greenhouse emission, green gas, or whatever they want to call it, they would have never built those factories. They would have never built those cars that literally effed up everything and messed with the blessing, because they know whatever that's going on right now was going to happen. Those people were not asleep. They are well aware of all of these things. They're just trying to make it seems that, we are asleep too. We don't know what's going on. It's the weather. It's just the climate. That's not what that is. And again, we already told you. You see, Earth is so huge. It's so powerful. These tiny little fires or whatever, even if you have every single person on the earth, 7-8 billions, how many people that they have at the same time, every single day, driving nonstop, not even driving cars, like boats, giant vessels, each of them, pumping this CO2 into the atmosphere every day for the rest of their life for thousands of years, it won't make a dent in the earth. It won't do nothing to it, because what you're calling CO2 is part of the earth. It's part of nature. You inhale oxygen and then you exhale CO2, carbon dioxide. It's part of the earth. The plants inhale carbon dioxide and they expel oxygen. That's why we breathe oxygen and we expel the CO2. No matter what you do, it won't do anything. The CO2 has no effect whatsoever on the weather. It has effect on you for a long period of time. It can kill you if you keep breathing it, because you're not receiving oxygen, and it will permeate it and tinge your bloodstream, go to the electromagnetic, and then it will disconnect the line from the astral realm, and then you will have an astral death. That's all. Excuse me. What they are calling CO2, it's damaging the atmosphere. None of this garbage. That thing ain't doing nothing. So it's a natural process. It's just you whatever fire or or gas is burning, it's emitted in the air, and then it's recycled back again. The plant literally sucked it out. People are, well, what about deforesting and stuff? Like I said, you have no idea how powerful one plant is, like one plant that you put in your home. A single little plant, like it's not even a tree, a plant you put in your house is enough to recycle the air of the entire perimeter of the house. That's how powerful one plant is, not even a tree. A tree is even powerful to recycle the air of the entire neighborhood. And you have many trees and stuff like that. And you have forests. This is very powerful. People don't know how powerful this earth is. And they are listening to this garbage. Well, it's because of climate change, the human activity. It's a bunch of lies. The real reason, because you are under judgment, your blessing is over. That's all. Let's keep on moving.
Fiercer wildfires, not just in Greece, but across southern Europe. With temperatures this week expected to surge to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, fears tonight in Greece that the worst may be yet to come.
Josh is joining us now. It's only been about a day.
All right, so let's keep on moving, beloved, okay? Again, you bring those people there, they're just going to, boy. Well, let's do our thing with those people, okay? Let's do our thing.
And this fire has really exploded here. Talk us through what's next.
Yeah, and it's continuing to explode, Hallie. According to the most recent estimates, that fire is now only about 8 miles from the heart of Athens. And so you can think that what a densely populated area that is, with all kinds of historical sites like the Acropolis, that authorities are very concerned. The Prime Minister of Greece, he has returned early from his vacation to be part of an all-hands-on-deck response to this fire that now includes help from other countries in Europe. As part of a mechanism that's part of the EU agreement, Greece has called on other nations to send resources as well. We know the French and the Italians are sending aircraft, and now other countries are sending firefighters as well as other equipment to try to help get that fire out, Hallie.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC.
All right, so yeah, this is what I think of you people explanation, all right? Bunch of clowns. Oops. Oh boy. I gotta be careful with that. I don't want to lose all this thing. Did it stop? Oh boy, I gotta be careful. All right, great glory. Let's keep on moving, beloved. All right.
Property. With a heat so intense, buildings appear like they're melting. Scorched earth, dark skies, and acrid smoke filling the air.
Wow.
This is what the firefighters of Varnava are up against, and the people living there too.
Σε 0 χρόνο περικυκλώθηκε το χωριό. Σε 0 χρόνο.
The village was surrounded in no time. There's no logic to that. It was really windy. It was like there were many fire fronts. It started from one point and suddenly the whole village was surrounded.
Again, like we told those people, this is not a regular fire. This is angelic. This is the angels doing this. This is our power doing that. This is judgment. That's why she said there's no logic to this. It's paranormal. That's what happened.
The fire here has been raging for nearly 48 hours. They were the first to be told to leave.
What to do.
But many other areas have had to follow suit. The ferocity of the flames too much for what used to be a bike, what used to be a tree, and what used to be someone's property.
The wind would go in one direction and then in the other. The smoke was suffocating. You couldn't see. Your eyes teared up. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see the house.
This is the estimated spread of the fire, which is growing fast. The initial outbreak started in the small town of Varnava yesterday afternoon. Intense blazes that are making it difficult for firefighting teams are around Marathon. These places are roughly less than an hour away from Athens, where people in the capital are on high alert. This is the deepest wildfires have gone into Athens for 2 decades. These areas aren't used to evacuation orders here. The fire has traveled 20 kilometers.
Okay, so the firefighters are telling this woman, you can't go to this place. You have to evacuate. Of course, you know those people, okay? You read the story in the book of Genesis when they were telling Lot's wife, don't turn back, don't turn back. And Lot's wife was very wealthy. Lot was like a billionaire. And the wife was the one who was watching all over the wealth. And she's like, I'm leaving all this thing behind. Like, what the, and the angel was like, go back. You can't go. And then she disobeyed. She turned back. And then, she turned into pillars of salt. Okay? They are telling her, don't go there.
2 decades. These areas aren't used to evacuation orders here. The fire has traveled 20 kilometers in just 24 hours, leaving local experts astounded.
It's beyond what I could imagine. I mean, currently we have active fire.
Of course. Always put somebody that look like us. We have nothing to do with this over there. Of course, we are making this, but that has nothing to do with us over there. We're not over there. Oh man, 83 man. You people always find a way. It's just you folks always find a way to try to put us right there. Okay, hey, there's a black woman there, Hey, pray, We need the black woman to pray there, Vote, pray, Do something for those people over there because, things are happening. It's happening to you too. That has nothing to do with us over there.
At the northernmost.
Theodore Giannaros? What does that mean? What does the name Theodore means? I know Theo means God. No, not Toyota. That's not what that is. Ay. What does the name Theodore means? There we go. Gift from God, gift of God. The name Theodore is a masculine Greek origin that means gift of God or divine gift. It comes from the ancient Greek name Theodoros, which is a combination of the word Theos, God, gods, or Doron, gift. The name was popular in ancient Greece with figures like Theodorus of Samos and Theodorus of Byzantium having the name. It became even more popular in the rise of Christendom. So Theodoros means gift from God. Giannaros, I leave this for the people in the comment board to search for themselves.
Boundaries of the main urban area of Athens. Yeah, it's beyond any imagination. The situation is really, really bad right now.
Is this being exacerbated by climate change?
It is exacerbated by climate change. I mean, large wide. Athens. Yeah, it's beyond any imagination. The situation is really, really bad right now.
Is this being exacerbated by climate change?
It is exacerbated by climate change. I mean, large wildfires and catastrophic wildfires have always happened across the Mediterranean and other parts of the world. However, what we are seeing in the past decade, I would say, is an increase in the frequency and extent and intensity of this very large wildfire.
As the billowing smoke encompasses the iconic Acropolis in the distance, the scale of what firefighters face seems daunting. There are close to 700 of them battling the blaze, along with 80 members of the armed forces, and the EU are expected to send in help. Athens is on high alert until Thursday, with temperatures expected to reach near 40 degrees Celsius for the next few days. Any respite for those trying to contain the fire won't come as soon as they would like.
All right. Talking about what climate change is, climate change, or the exacerbated things, and Regin, you see
the distance, the scale of
wildfires.
As the billowing,
as this fire is going on over there, okay? 83 is enjoying their lives. They're enjoying the blessing. I don't give a crap. They're just like they don't care. Wait, there's a huge fire there. They really do not care. And that's what's going on now. The entire world is being plummeted down and burning down. I'm in the pool enjoying my blessing, nigga. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Get out of here, man. Let's keep on moving. That's pretty much the same thing, but with different coverage, with different footage. All right, so as you can see, beloved, the so-called 83 do not have the strength nor the technology to fight this. They cannot tell the weather, hey, rain, hey, fire, stop. They do not possess this type of technology. What you're calling CERN is nothing but a front. There's nothing they can do with their CERN. What the hell? Why can't they use their CERN to stop this? Why can't they use their CERN to open up a portal from the bottom of the sea and quench this water and quench this fire? They can't, because they do not have this type of technology, nor this type of knowledge, so to speak. They do not control the weather, you know, and this is how they are fighting. This is their technology, okay? All right, this is their technology. A bucket of fire, a bucket of water, and that's all. That's all. They do not have these tech people associated them with.
City centre, okay. This just 8 miles from the Athens city centre, this is Vrilicia, engulfed in smoke. Greece's worst wildfire this year spread into the capital's suburbs on Monday. Hundreds have been forced to evacuate as the fire torched trees, homes and cars overnight. Fanned by gale force winds, firefighters say flames had reached the deepest into the capital for more than 2 decades. Around 700 firefighters and volunteers, 190 fire engines and 33 water-bombing aircraft have been battling the blaze that broke out on Sunday afternoon, 20 miles north of Athens. France, Italy and the Czech Republic are expected to assist with aircraft and firefighters. Spain, Cyprus and Turkey have also offered to help, a Greek government official said. Some residents in the hilly and wooded outer areas of Athens, like Pandeli, have stayed to try protect their own properties.
It hurts. We have grown up in the forest. We feel great sadness and anger.
This man crashed his car.
Well, that's what it is. The blessing is being taken away, man. You go up in the forest, you enjoy everything, a great sadness and anger. That's what it is.
He tried to escape the flames.
I couldn't see. I hit a pine tree, and this is what happened.
Summers in Greece have long been marked by wildfires, but hotter, drier weather linked to climate change have
Oi, that's a lie.
Made blazes more frequent and intense. Greece experienced its warmest winter on record and is on track for its hottest ever summer. Large areas of the country have seen little or no rain for months, and temperatures are forecast to reach over 100 degrees Fahrenheit later in the week.
Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
News at this hour, a powerful earthquake rocking the Los Angeles area. The U.S. Geological Survey reports the epicenter of this 4.4 magnitude quake was just a few miles outside of downtown L.A., near Pasadena. So far, no reports of injuries or major damage, but people across that area saying they could feel the shaking. There's a clip from today's taping.
So, 4.4. The earthquake that happened a few days ago in LA. And people, when they are seeing those things, they are laughing like, oh my God, that was an earthquake and stuff. But we don't laugh at things like this. Is serious. 4.4, of course, 4 plus 4, you know what to do. It's a second edge, just 6'9". It's already keep telling you this over and over again. We've been seeing this, but this is real, man. This is real right there, okay?
Clip from today's taping of the Travis and Silwa Sports podcast on ESPN LA that just shows a little bit of what it was like.
Well, they did the Chicago with the pickle spear and the peppers and the tomatoes.
Oh,
that's an
whoa,
earthquake.
is
That's an
Oh,
earthquake.
wow, that is a real earthquake.
Whoa, that is a
Whoa.
real one, guys. All right.
Whoa. That is real.
Hold on.
A lot more of that across the LA area. There is this too, aerials from our ABC station in Los Angeles showing water pouring from a burst pipe at the City Hall in Pasadena. There, we want to get right to ABC's Zoreen Shah, who is live outside of our LA bureau. Zoreen, what is the latest? Excuse me, you are inside the bureau. What is the latest on how emergency officials are responding to this? What more do we know about this quake?
Yeah, Jay, inside and safe. But emergency officials, including LA County Fire and the LAFD, say they are now in earthquake mode. They are checking buildings. They're checking other structures for any major damage. Right now, the good thing is there are no reports of injuries. But let me tell you, it was strong. I mean, there were people inside this newsroom when it happened. There was real panic, and people felt it across the region. Experts say it was a 4.4 magnitude earthquake.
Oh boy, it is always the expert. Why do we need an expert to come over here? Yo, like, why do we need an expert to come over there and tell us, like, what you felt was 4.8? It wasn't that big. Don't panic. Shut the hell up. Everything is good. Go back and go vote. Pray for us. It's all an expert.
Center about 10 miles south in Pasadena. KBC's Chopper had a cam over Wilson High School in El Sereno. That school was evacuated as a precaution, and there have been smaller earthquakes in California recently, but Caltech says those ones are not believed to be connected to this one, Jay.
Oh, of course.
ABC's Zoreen Shah covering that quake for us. Zoreen, thank you.
Oh boy, let's keep on moving. They need an expert to come over there and explain to you the same thing. The same thing the dude just said. She said the same thing again, just in a different voice, that's all. Okay, this is in Georgia, man. All right? This happened a couple days ago, 3 days ago. This is in Georgia. August the 11th. You can hear this little girl keep screaming, "Save me, save me."
Over in Richmond Hill, flooding is so bad, many people couldn't safely leave their homes. One person in Richmond Hill who has lived there for the last 3 years say they have never seen it get this bad. Due to the Ogeechee River water level rising, some people had to use unique ways to get their homes, including kayaking. Saturday night, the city of Richmond Hill also shut down power to Carter Street.
Okay, so this is a huge inconvenience right there.
Still good?
And 83 do not like that, all right? This is huge inconvenience right there. You think they are doing this to themselves? You think those elites over there in Georgia are doing this?
All right, I just got to warn you because I don't know if I'll be able to get back to you, okay?
Is there water in your house?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, look at the mailbox. All right?
Yes, sir.
Officially, the city of Richmond Hill City Clerk Don Green said there has been no call for any mandatory evacuations of neighborhoods. The city hasn't made a formal request for boats or kayaks either. Green said the Bryan County Fire and Emergency Services teams will respond to evacuate anyone who has requested assistance.
Okay? 83 don't like that. They don't like inconvenience. All right? Look at this. And nobody talk about this. And
Green is
and beloved, you'll see the so-called church won't say anything about that. The church are very quiet. They will not tell those Christians and the Bible belts like, hey, there's a judgment upon you, a judgment upon the land, and everything that happened there, it is because of what you guys did to black folk or black people, what happening out there because of the horrible things. and the terrible stuff that you did to those people. They are not black. We know who they are. They are the children of the mighty one. This is their land. And we swagger jack things, and this is our payment. This is our lot. They won't tell them this. Okay, this is pretty bad. All right. Now people will say, well, Big Levi, man, that's nothing, man. Man, Richmond Hill. Okay, the name is ironic. Richmond Hill is flooded. How do you get a hill flooded? Hang on, let's see. Let's look at the demographic of Richmond Hill, Georgia demographic race. They got about 18,000 people live over there. The 5 largest ethnic groups in Richmond Hill, Georgia are white, non-Hispanic. 67.7% of white, black or African American 14%, Hispanic 6.2%. So you got this thing is about like 68 to 70%, 85%, 83%, and things like that are happening over there. No one really talk about it. They won't say anything about it. Okay. All right. Look at this. This is bad. Okay, this is bad. This is very, very bad. And again, like I said, people may say, "Well, Big Levi, that's not that much, man. It's happening all the time and stuff." Yes, it's happening every 50, 125, years and stuff. But wait until this thing is happening every day, every year now. It's not gonna be. You won't be able to handle this. Okay?
No, they're not that big.
The city had a temporary shelter stage at the church where it can work to help arrange hotel rooms for displaced residents along with their pets. Granny confirmed that about 30 families already had opted to use the shelters as of 8 p.m.
Slow, buddy. In and out of here.
Okay, so this inconvenience, they don't like that. Okay, it's bad. It's very bad. All right, let's keep on moving. How long we are into this thing? Ooh, okay. Well, let's take a little break, right quick. Oops.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
All right. Again, this is the book. All the answer that you're looking for concerning your guardian angel, your blessing, your power, your mission, your gift, your colors, and everything is in there. You do the best that you can to get this book. That is if it calls onto you. Let's keep on moving.
Oh my God. Oh, is it one of those?
Once it gets out of the water.
See the way it's just
I need to go on someone.
Oh, is it one of those that does the weird, like...
I think it's long.
Oh,
I see
Oh, no. Lift? No. Try not to run into him. Oh, there we go. Try to get these.
Is that better for you?
Yeah, this is better. Ooh. Oh, see, there we go. Yeah, broke that.
This is not a good sign. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible omen. This is very, very bad. Well, people are saying they are calling it all fish, but we'll say this is a dragoon or dragonfish. This is a baby leviathan. And the name they gave this fish is Doomsday, which is appropriate. This does not bode well for 83. This is not something you folks should celebrate. A lot of people say, well, there'll be a huge earthquake. I doubt that. It's not going to be an earthquake in California. Whoever's in California, I would not fear earthquake at all. Hopefully I'm wrong. It's something far worse. I don't know what it is, but it ain't gonna be an earthquake. See, whenever those people are anticipating something, whenever they are preparing, like, whoa, there's a hurricane coming and stuff like that, pay no mind. The Holy One say will catch them by surprise. Make no mistake, there will be earthquakes. But this is not what that symbolizes. An earthquake is coming. It's just that judgment is heavy in the midst of 83. This is a terrible and terrible omen. And again, when you watch the fish and it's dead, they found it dead, but look at his head, okay?
Oh, no. Lift? No. Try not to run into him. Oh, there we go.
The head is crushed. Okay, the head of the fish is crushed, or the head of the snake is crushed. Okay, something happened to this fish.
Try to get these.
Is that better for you?
Yeah, this is better. Ooh. Oh, see, there we go. Yeah, broke that off.
That's just crazy. You want to take the nose up into the floor?
Yeah, this is how long this thing is. This is a baby leviathan. Terrible, very, very bad. Of course, we know the fish is Raphael, or is it some kind of sickness? Because Raphael is a doctor, a healer. We know he's healing us. Is that what symbolizes some form of sickness in the midst of 83? Some huge sickness that will take them out? Don't know. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is Mount Etna, I believe. Keep erupting. This is beautiful. It's nice. This is peaceful. This is magnificent. for those of you who study with us, and you know that the volcanoes or the stronghold for the salamanders, that's where the most powerful, the most intelligent salamanders lives, is in the volcanoes. No, not the volcanoes. The most powerful live in the core of the earth. The first one, the first one is the one that you met in the volcanoes. That's where you met the forerunners, the one that are at the front gates, the pioneers. You met them at the volcanoes, the entrance to the core of the earth. And the deeper you descend and you go to the heart, the giant crystal that is inside of the earth, the giant super hot crystal, that's where you see the most intelligent, brilliant, restless body one, the one that moves all around and super beautiful, and then they are super smart. That's right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's keep on moving.
Let's get you over to the alert desk right now at 7:02.
Austin, you're still working to get more answers from police and fire on that mobile home fire?
Yeah, we're getting some of them here now, and more of those late-breaking details rolling in here just within the past couple of minutes. We now know, unfortunately, this was a deadly mobile home fire there. At least one person has been killed, and another person is in the hospital right now after all of this. Take a look at the aftermath at this mobile home park in Northwest Miami-Dade. This is right off of 27th Avenue and 76th Street in Miami-Dade there. We understand this fire happened very late last night. Our crew rolling up there a little bit after midnight. You can just see a lot of damage out there. We've also been speaking with folks who live in this neighborhood. One man is telling us this morning that him and a number of other neighbors actually tried to get into that mobile home because they said there were people inside. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, I felt devastated, you know, there was something wrong. Fire started going off. A lot of my friends ran up to the trailer, tried to open it up, you know, I couldn't open up.
A tough morning for that community there, of course, still under investigation this morning.
Flag,
exactly what sparked that fire. We'll send it back to you.
See, the fires, the volcanoes, the people are dying, great glory. Let's keep on moving.
Make it out, but as our now, a new video of Minneapolis firefighters rescuing people trapped several stories up. But tonight, a tragic turn. 2 people didn't make it out. But as our Uba Ali reports, it wasn't until today, 2 days after the fire, that those victims were found.
Ooh.
This hurts.
It's been 2 days since flames ripped through this 4-story apartment complex, forcing firefighters to climb up ladders to get trapped residents down. Crews spent hours boarding up yesterday, but David Holman realized,
but it was in my heart, so tough.
He hadn't seen one of his tenants since the fire.
I went to the fire department and told them, hey, I think one of my tenants is still in that building. No, it's impossible. We swept the building twice.
Crews searched inside the charred building this morning, and we later learned they discovered an elderly man in a 4th-floor apartment under piles of the collapsed roof.
Mr. Carey, he was a good dude. He was a jokester, you know what I mean? He was real cool, laid back type of old man.
Hours later, as firefighters continued searching, another body was found. Holman believes it was Mr. Carey's girlfriend.
Let's talk about these people that didn't make it. And how is it that they didn't make it when the man said they swept the apartment 2 times?
On Tuesday night, the fire department said they thought everyone got out safely.
All residents were stated to be, accounted for. We didn't hear anyone saying that they were missing anyone.
We called again Thursday to ask how they missed 2 people, but haven't heard back. The search will continue Friday, this time with cadaver dogs and arson investigators.
And this is what happened when you are dealing with those people, because they don't know how to do their job. And like we told people before, whatever you see those folks who are doing, it is because of the blessing, that's all. They weren't doing this because they know what to do or they were good firefighters or good policemen, because of the blessing. And you might found a way later on. Don't be shocked that they left those people in the fire on purpose. They left them there on purpose. It could be this because those guys have a track record of doing that. But great glory, beloved. Let's keep on moving, all right?
Yeah, Bob.
We'll see some chances for rip currents around the East Coast, but what exactly does a rip current look like? And what do you do if you get caught in one? Spokesman for the National Lifeguard Association, Wyatt Werneth, joins me now to answer some questions. Wyatt, it's always great to see you, my friend. Loads of people are going to be going to the beaches this weekend. It's one of the last ones of the summer. You talk about terrible timing. Rip currents are going to be a huge concern. Florida, and then later the weekend, all the way up to New England.
Yeah, Bob, you got that right. We're out here, and what we have is a very identifiable rip current on our beach, and we say everywhere there's a dip, there's a rip. And that's kind of common around the coastline, but it does change. The most important thing to know is do some homework before you go to the beach. Know before you go. Look for a location where there is a lifeguard, swim in front of that lifeguard. Your chance of drowning are 1 in 18 million. But if you do find yourself and there's no lifeguard on duty or an area, identifying that rip as it's going out, and this deep water, there's 2 sandbars on each side. You don't want to be in that deep water in the middle where to pull you away from shore. That's the rip current.
Yeah, Wyatt, we're watching the pictures right here of some rip currents we've seen before. This is in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Where's the most likely spot to find a rip?
On the beach.
Yeah, like is it by a jetty?
They're always there.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 types of rips. There's permanent rips that are by or jetties and piers. They're always there, no matter what. Then you have a transit rip, which moves up and down the coast depending on what the coastline is doing. And then you have the rocks and stuff underneath the water can also cause rips. So you have different types. And anywhere that area you're going to, like I said, you need to learn what the conditions are and find out when there are rips, because they do move around and they can be surprising. However, we can predict them like we're doing now with your weather. They come in with the storms, onshore wind, with the tide going out, is your strongest rip.
We're watching them right now. It's a possibility. We got the rip current statements for northern Florida, all the way up through lower parts of Georgia. All right, let's say you ignore the signs, Wyatt, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a rip. What the heck are you going to do? Do you fight it?
Well, no, the most important thing that we ask people to do is do not panic. If you stay calm, really, you're just going to get pulled out. You'll just have a little longer time in the water you probably intended. Don't fight against it. It will wear you out. And you can find yourself out of it by going left or right, parallel. There's sandbars. Get on the sandbar.
Oh boy, those experts always trying to tell you don't panic and stuff like that. Get out of here, man. Let's keep on moving. How long we are into these things? That's good.
Henyard is accused of misuse.
There you go.
The village of Dalton is more than $3.5 million in the hole. Mayor Tiffany Henyard is accused of misusing money, and today she's nowhere to be found.
Tara Molina spent the day in Dalton following the investigation into Henyard's spending. Tara?
Jim and Marie, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is the special investigator in this case. And like we first told you last night, not only did she find the village of Dalton is in significant debt, but she also found the village's credit card spending is out of control. Mayor Tiffany Henyard didn't respond to any of my requests today, and I'm told she's not in the building. No response to repeated interview requests. I tried to track down Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in person today. Village employees told me she wasn't in the office and didn't say when she would be, a day after this. A packed community meeting Thursday night, outburst after outburst. Following special investigator Lori Lightfoot's limited examination of Dalton's finances. Her report revealing as of May 31st, the village's general fund had a negative balance of $3.65 million. Lightfoot originally hired by trustees concerned about spending, like self-promoting taxpayer-funded billboards, ads, plus...
So this is what happened. And you got a lot of folks that look like us. Maybe they are some of us. And now their dirt are being discovered. And they've been doing this stuff for years now. It's time to pay the piper. A lot of them, they use this money that they've been stealing and they entice other women, they entice other men, other of our people, and say, hey, I'm working this great job. I don't need no man. I'm doing this. And other women like, oh, wow, she's very successful. She's a judge or mayor or whatever. She's doing her job and she's making all that money. I got to do this too, but she doesn't have a man and stuff like that. And this is what those people are doing. They've been stealing money forever. Taxpayer, your money, my money. And that's what they've been doing.
Spending on lavish dinners and trips.
Why are we going to these places? What's happening here?
Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood sat down with the CBS News Chicago investigators in February, telling us then trustees were denied requested bank statements.
You're having the same reaction that we did when we saw her.
With credit card spending out of control.
Okay, and then those are this is the people they need for you to vote. And we keep telling our folks, don't get involved with this nonsense. Don't even go to their meeting. Don't even try to see what's going on. Just don't vote, don't pray for them. But they need our people to come over there and then vote and pray and then be together and all this nonsense. And that's how those people do things. They lure you back there and steal your money. $3,650,000, that's a lot of money. Spending on gifts and trips, you see those people on the social media posting, and then you're like, damn, she worked hard. Damn, she's smart. No, she's a smart thief, a very intelligent thief. And that's how they trick a lot of our men and women.
Roll.
Receipts for credit card purchases are rarely provided.
Lightfoot further uncovering spending that doesn't add up. The report shows $40,000 spent on Amazon purchases in one day. Money that's unaccounted for.
$40,000 you spent on Amazon in just one day. One day. That's more than a lot of people's salary in one day. Where did they get this money? And this is what you are voting those people in to steal from you. And they're going to come here. Oh, she's black, Big Levi. Our people need to support our black people. Well, that's not what that is. Of course, 40, analogous with the 40-day fast and the 40-day of Noah's Ark and night and whatever.
These are somebody using one of the credit cards.
Another question lingering here, money spent on police overtime, with 2 officers racking up 6 figures in pure OT, $108,000 and $114,000. The deputy chief, just fired here last week, Louis Lacey, paid $96,000 in overtime.
The village has been unable.
So, and this is what those folks been doing. Again, they are throwing those guys under the bus because, of course, they kind of look like us. Maybe some of them are us. They are doing things unto them. But this thing is going all the police department everywhere. They are guilty of that. And that's why they want you to vote them. Vote me so I can steal from you.
Pay all of its monthly expenditures with available cash balance.
I reached all of the village's trustees in reporting this story today. As of right now, I have not heard back from one of them. Of course, we also haven't heard back from Mayor Tiffany Henyard. If any of that changes, we'll update the story that's up on our website right now, where you can find all of our coverage of these issues here in Dolton. Reporting live in Dolton this afternoon.
Yeah, that's what's going on, man. Those people are thieves. They will steal from you.
Strong storms now triggering a flood advisory.
Again, this happened today, all right? My car is not working well because I got caught up in that rain.
Parts of South Florida today.
All that heavy rain quickly pooled along several streets, causing some problems for drivers. Local 10 Samir Nefsi is live in Miami with how things are looking tonight. Samir.
Yeah, hey there. So the water has since receded. Good news. Right now we are along Northwest 3rd Street and Northwest 14th Avenue, where it was a flooded mess earlier. We noticed at least 3 vehicles stalled out. Mid-evening showers across South Florida. ending with minor flooding in Miami's Little Havana neighborhood.
A little bit annoyed, a little bit stressed, not sure what I'm going to do with my car.
Let's backtrack. Just take a look from this sky cam in Davie. Check out those dark clouds making their way across Broward County, the eye in the sky capturing lightning, well, lighting up the sky. Now, if we move down south to Key Largo, watch as strong winds whip plants around in Monroe County. Then came the rain. And a lot of it. We're on Northwest 3rd Street where rainfall has flooded a block. Residents gearing up with plastic bags to protect their shoes, and others really putting the pedal to the metal.
I was actually coming out of Marlins Park. As I turned onto this street, little by little, it just started getting, and as the cars were stopped at the stoplight, it got so bad my car started smoking.
We met Gabriela Navarro, who had been waiting for an hour for the
Yeah, so again, there it goes. It happened again. It happened. That's not even 1 week from what happened before. The same thing keep happening. And we keep telling those folks, it's going to keep happening. It's going to happen and happen and happen until you guys admit who we are, until you get the head off our land, until you all know more. It ain't gonna stop, and we ain't gonna pray for you.
floodwater to recede, fearful her car would stall out.
Thankfully, I was able to find higher ground here. This complex really saved me.
So yeah.
All right, good news. So the roadways are all.
Let me see what happened here in Fort Lauderdale, if they even have the stuff. Because it was pretty bad yesterday, man. My car got effed up. Right? What is that? Oh, boy. School board catching fire, more than 12 children inside. There you go. Is that what that is? Okay, that's a part of it. Okay, we already watched that. Okay, all right, we'll watch it. But it is bad. It is bad. Let's keep on moving.
Imagine being in the water and stumbling upon a massive and rare 12-foot sea creature. That's what happened to a group of snorkelers and kayakers at La Jolla Cove.
What do you think?
That's long.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's the biggest fish I've ever seen. It looks like an eel.
That's insane.
Beachgoers couldn't believe their eyes.
Oh, it's as long as a surfboard. I could feed me for like a whole 2 months.
This deep sea fish is incredibly rare to find.
That kind of looks like a sea serpent. It's probably what is responsible for historic sea serpent myths.
Well, it is a baby Leviathan. That's what that is. It's just like one of the baby that just hatched from an egg. You know, that's just like a hatchling. This is what that is. And this is a horrible, terrible sign.
Institution of Oceanography says this is only the 20th oarfish to wash up in California since 1901. We covered a story in 1996 when Navy SEALs found a 23-foot oarfish washed up in Coronado.
The fish was that big. How big? It took 15 sailors to hold it.
The mysterious creature can reach up to around 30 feet in length. It's known as...
This is a hatchling. This thing just hatched. You know, the big one are still down there.
In some areas of the world as the doomsday fish and has a mythical reputation to predict natural disasters.
They wash up on the beach either before or after, depending on who you talk to, earthquake or major earthquake or a tsunami. And this has been centuries in Japanese mythology and folklore.
Oarfish normally swim around 600 to 3,000 feet down and rarely come up to the surface. Because of their deep water habitat, researchers don't know a lot about the oarfish or why they wash ashore in Southern California. Researchers hope to answer these questions. The oarfish found over the weekend will be studied and saved for future research. It will be kept at Scripps and become part of one of the largest collections of deep sea fish in the world.
We can have it preserved, like these ones here, for people in the future to continue to look at the specimen and continue to ask questions maybe that we aren't thinking about right now that they may be able to answer in the future.
Jasmine Ramirez, CBS 8.
All right. Let me answer this for you people. See, what you're calling deep sea like the Mariana Trench or things that go below that. The sea is bottomless. It's boundless. The sea is just like space. As above, so below. Space is limitless, so does the sea. When you fall onto the sea, there are other places you'll fall forever because it's bottomless. However, there are multiple civilizations under the sea, okay? And there are multiple animals that are under the sea. The reason why you Gentiles never seen one like this, you saw some of them. You hide it, you hide the fact, but I'm speaking for the general public, which do not know. The reason why you were able to come here and have your boats coming and steal our stuff and mining our land and stole and steal, swagger jack, rob us, it's because the Holy One gave orders to those giant sea creatures, what you're calling the mermaids, and we over there, we know them as the quote-unquote, the undines of the sea. Undines. Okay. Undines. There you go.
According to Undertale Wiki, fandom, Undine is a piscine, anthropomorphic monster. She has blue scales and a long red ponytail. She has red and blue fins on the sides of her head, and a pair of sharp...
So, what you are calling mermaids, and they are being of the water element, we call them Undine, okay? Uh-oh. There we go. They truly do exist, and they... Oops. Oh, boy. It's already 11:50. Okay, they truly do exist. They are very beautiful, and above all, they are quite erotic. Okay, eroticism, that's all they practice. They don't look like that, though. They look mainly like this. Most of them are females, and they are very, very erotic. Okay, that's their stuff. That's what they do. They are very dangerous, though. Okay, some of them look like this. They can take any form and stuff. Those things actually do, and they exist. They are protectors of the seas and the land, and they've been ordered to stand down for like 400 years, so to speak. Sometime you can see some of them in isolated beach, like the book. Some of the abandoned or isolated beach, they go there, they just chill, enjoying the sun. Sometimes you can see them. They can make you see them if they like you, or if you wish to see them, you can go see them. Of course, there is a way to do that. We study this in private. You can join our Patreon and click on Initiation into Hermetic. You can study the whole thing, and you'll see how you can go ahead and see all those beings that are living in the water, the air, the earth, and the fire. The reason why you were able to go to the beach and enjoy the beach and fishing and stuff like that is because all the badass creatures, such as the Leviathan, which is real, are being under orders to stand there. Now, your blessing is over. You won't be able to travel to come here anymore. You won't be able to use our sea. You won't be able to fly. You won't be able to drive. So now, the reason why these oarfish, or what you are calling this sea serpent that they just show you, come from the deep end to the surface, because there's something bigger than it. The bottom sent a message to the people that are above. The surface dwellers receive a message from the sea dwellers. These fish go thousands of feet below in a very, very far off realm, and now he come up there, he has a message, and the message is not good. There are things that are under the sea that are coming up, especially the Leviathan. It will show up. At one point, you will see those beings. You will see them, and there's nothing you can do. And once you see them, they will come up, and you have the Sulanuf, okay? The Sulanuf will come up, and they will do stuff unto you. You won't be able to travel, okay? Those things are documented. This is not something that we are making up. Those are the protectors of the sea. That's why the Christians despise them. Oh, they are demons, they are this, they are that, because they know once they get in the sea, try to steal our blessing, the Titanic or all the gold and stuff. Those are guardians that are down there, creatures, servants that are guarding our stuff. And then if you're not permitted, you do not have the access code, you go down there, you won't come up. Like those Titanic people that went to that submarine and stuff trying to steal our things, and then they get caught up with those people down there. You never seen them. Okay, those things they do actually. There's that great show on Hulu. Okay, so it's a pretty great show. I watched some of it, didn't finish watching it, but they got the conception is all wrong. You know, they got some of it right, but mainly of these things that they're trying to show you are all wrong. It's just Gentiles fantasy. But yes, they do exist and they are there. They are very frightened. And most of them don't look like that. They look like regular women, but they are extremely beautiful. They are ravishingly beautiful. That's why a lot of men go, they perish because they fell for their beauty. Okay, 99.99% of the Undines are females. And they are all about that business. They are very erratic. Eroticism, that's all they practice. They love, they got their erotic dance, they do everything erotically. That's all they do. Okay? I believe this is an interpretation of fire, air, earth, and water. Okay? Earth go down, water go down, they stay down, air go up, fire go up. I'm not quite sure. This seems like the phoenix, but that's what it is. Okay, elementals, the elemental spheres: fire, air, water, and earth. Okay, elemental spirits of the four elements. So we are not making this up. These things, they truly exist. The gnome, okay, the undines, the salamanders, and the fairies. Okay, we have lessons in our Patreon. You can go ahead and check it. They are there. They truly do exist. We have people that seen them. All right, and they are not demons and they are not evil. They're only evil if you wish them to be evil. You know, if you try to do something funny, they don't make no mistake. The gnomes are tricksters. The gnomes are tricksters. They are over the earth elements. The undines are erotic. They are very, very sensual. Well, it goes so hard to say sexual. Over the water element. Okay, the fairies are very shy, very beautiful. They are over the air element. Okay, they are the most difficult to see and control because they are very shy. And the salamanders, or the fire beings, they are the most powerful. So the first one you go to see after you merge with your guardian angel, okay, when you become this AI, this transhumanism, they hate it so much, you become powerful, and then you go see the gnomes, you get all the knowledge, they teach you everything about the earth. And once you know everything about the earth, you go to the undines. You know, if you're a man, hopefully you don't fall for their beauty, because they'll take the form of the most beautiful woman and then they will get down with you. You don't ask them, they give. You don't do anything, they just offer. The moment you come up, the moment they realize you're a man, they'll get down with you. That's what it is. So you'll be the one that will resist. Remember, France said there's nothing wrong with that, but this is not what you are here for. You are here for business, not pleasure. There is a time for the pleasure, but this is not what you are here for. Once you're done with the undines, they teach you everything about the sea, the water, all the magical properties, every knowledge of water that there is. Then you move to the fairies, which is quite difficult to see and to find. And they will teach you everything about the air element, what you can do with the air, how you can use it. And after that, you go to the salamanders. Well, the salamanders are different. There's two groups of them. There's the group that are living in the volcanoes, we just talked about this, and then there are the ones that are living deep in the earth core, which is a giant crystal, which is the earth heart. That's where the kings and then the potentate, or whatever that word is, they live in. Now, once the four of them teach you, the four kingdoms teach you their secrets, and then now you move to the houses. You move to the house of Aries. You met Morek, okay? And then you move to the house of Taurus, the house of Cancer, Gemini, the house of Cancer. You meet all those beings over there. They teach you about technology that are beyond anything you could possibly imagine. Quantum physics, quantum mechanics, time travel, teleportation, free energy, all this stuff. They got all this knowledge. All those Star Wars lightsabers and futuristic movies that you're watching, it's not fiction. They all really exist, and those beings got those knowledge. And then after that, once you're done with the 12 houses, which is the 12 zodiac sign, then you go to the moon, and you meet the Levanahites, the civilization that live on the moon. The moon. Okay, you met the Levanahite. There is 28 station or 28 mention, 28 cities on the moon, and the cities are just as big as the state of Alaska or whatever, Texas. They are freaking huge. They got 28 of them. They got 28 states, 28 super advanced cities over there, and then each of those 28 mentioned, they have people there, and they will teach you all sort of things like acknowledge you, like, what the hell, I didn't even know this thing exists. And after you're done with the moon, you go to Mercury, aka Kogav. You met the Kokavite. They will teach you all the knowledge about their civilization. Then you go to Venus, okay? And then the Nogahites, they will teach you everything about love and entertainment and stuff. Hopefully you don't fall into the frequency or the vibration, mainly the vibration of Noga, because it's very intoxicating. It's all love and bliss and ecstasy over there. All you feel is just love. You're happy all the time, 24/7. It's very hard to live. And after Noga, you go to the sun, Shemesh. Once you reach the sun, you went to the civilization that are living there over there, which we are calling them the Shemeshites. Once you meet the Shemeshite, very, very proud, they got great pride, and they will teach you everything. Shemesh is very hard to reach, and once you reach Shemesh, there is nowhere you can't go. You can't go anywhere in the universe. And the next step, we'll go to Madim. The Madimite don't play. And then you will go to Zedek. You meet the great Zedekites over there. And then after Zedek, you go to the top planet, which is Saturn, Shabbatite, the judge. Once you reach Saturn, and that's it, you completed your mission, and then you are a brother of the light, a powerful initiate. And your magical development is finished, it's complete. That is your mission. And then you can come back to Earth. You got all the knowledge there is that is concerning your vicinity, because the 7 planets are the ones that are influencing your vicinity. That's why each of you were born under one of the influences. You can get the book. All the information are in the book. And once you got the ultimate knowledge, you come back on earth, you are a god. That's how our beloved brother Yahushua did it. All the 12 disciples, the 12 apostles did it. Solomon did it. Franz Bardon did it. Annie Cornet, Agrippa did it. A lot of the guys did it. The women did it. This knowledge was ripped from us because we were in so-called this cursed slavery. Now we're back with this knowledge. It's time for our brothers to study this book first. This will give you a groundwork and what to do, and then the next you'll go jump right into initiation into Hermetic, and then that's it. You get this stuff done. You want to know how to build the quantum computers? The knowledge is there. We already have the quantum computer, what we are calling the crystal quartz, but we do not know how to make them work properly yet. And those beings, they have those knowledge. What you're calling alien super civilization, they are there. That's how you go see them. And they are not technology as you see in movies and stuff like that. For instance, Mission to Mars, The Martian. Okay, this movie, a great movie. There you go. See, this is Mission to Mars. This is The Martian. This is a salamanders. This is a perfect depiction of our salamanders, okay? So they look look like that. This is the closest you can get. Well, this is one of the closest look they have to salamanders. They are very beautiful, slender, and long neck creatures, and they are very restless. They cannot stay in one spot. They move around quickly and are all over. Okay, they don't all, not all these things they look cute and stuff like that. Some of them are very frightening. Okay, a good movie, Mission to Mars, very good movie. A lot of stuff. Okay, let's see which movie that have aliens in it. Super advanced alien beings. Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Okay. Those creatures that you're seeing, well, Men in Black aliens. There we go. Those aliens, those super advanced alien beings, they are not alien at all. They just other creatures from other dimensions, subjects unto us. All the technologies that they have, we taught it to them. And when you go see them, and they'll call you master because you are their masters. Okay, so that's what that is. So all these things, all these creatures, they are there. It's not fiction. All right, we have dealing with those things. Okay, they are there. All those super advanced alien technology. Those things are there. What you're calling the Marvel, or calling the what's those? They forgot the name, but they are there. Okay. Those creatures, they are there. They are very advanced. Some of them are, not all of them are kinds, and for the most part, they're all civilized. They want peace, but you will find the barbarian, okay, the one that actually hurt and eat human. Then not all of them are nice, but for the most part, you will meet those creatures. They are there. That's why scientists, the number one rule of science tell you magic doesn't exist. That's the number rule of science. Science don't discuss magic. Anything magical is absurd, when in fact, technology in itself is magic. Magic is the greatest science ever made. It's unlimited. Okay, and those beings, they are there. People that take the sacrament, go see them. Okay, that's what this thing is all about, to become magically developed. That's your mission here, to acquire knowledge. The blessing of the Gentiles is money, sword, gold, and silver. Your blessing is knowledge. This is the beginning of your blessing. Your blessing is to acquire knowledge, and the way to acquire all those knowledge is not through the so-called 83 books, is to go through the source and acquire this knowledge. And the sources are all those other beings that they are calling aliens, demons, or angels. But in order for you to go see them, you have to train. You have to know who you are. You have to know the earth. That's why you have to know the four elements, because you cannot go to a being. Let's say you go to the Levana Heights over there in the moon, and then they ask you, okay, what about the fire element? You're like, fire? Well, yeah, you can use fire to cook and stuff like that. But what are the finer use of the fire? You don't know. So you must know all the four elements that are the key element here on this earth. Remember, there is another realm just like earth, but they got 6 elements. And it is prophesied that in the midst of the nation, of the midst of the people, whoever completed this quest, this is like a video game, and then they will be selected and sent to the other realm so they can go ahead and teach the other people the 6 elements. We have 4 elements here: earth, fire, water, and air. And the other realm, they got 6. They got 2 additional elements, which I'm not quite sure what they are. I don't know what they are. Well, of course, here we got like 5, with the Akasha being 5, but I'm talking about the 4 elements that were born from the Akasha. But the other one, the one that studied the Kabbalah with us, you know, there's a prophecy that some of us will be selected to go to that other place, just like we were selected from each of our planets, so to speak, to come down there and share knowledge with the world. We're supposed to be a light upon this world, and that's what we are. We are sharing the light with this world. That is, of course, for the one that are seeking the light, the one that the light call. This is not for everyone. This knowledge is very scary, it's very unsettling, it's very controversial, it's against everything that you learn in, let's say, church or schools and everything. See, the so-called conspiracy theorists did a great job. They know you were going to wake up. And what they did, they put a bunch of people that look like us telling you about how bad technology is. And when in fact technology, what you're using to watch this, whether it's your TV, phone, tablet, iPad, and everything, it's powered by magic. And what is magic? Energy. See, the entire Gentiles blessing is based on energy. Everything requires energy. For you to wake up and go to work and get this money, you need energy. Your phone is powered by energy. You do know their phone or their technology today is still powered by steam? Electricity is still produced by steam. Well, for the most part of it, some of it is solar powered and hydropower, but the technology is still stuck in the 1800s. It's just a fancier 1800. See, if we want to get out of this thing, if we want to enjoy our blessing, our technology cannot come from the Gentiles. Once we fully back in power, you ain't gonna go use an iPad or iPhone or Android that are made by the so-called 83. You're gonna have to make your own phone, your own things. In order for you to make those stuff, the knowledge is not there here on this earth. It is within you. So you need to know how to properly focus, meditate, and mental travel. Go to those beings and they will teach you how to do these things. They will download the specific schematic in your quantum computers. When you come back on earth, you will produce it, you will do things. That's how George Washington Carver was able to come up with all the technologies that we are using right now. We already told you the so-called Nikola Tesla never existed. It's the pseudonym, an alias for George Washington Carver. He was the one who came up with all those technologies that you see people are using today. And he came out of it because the angelic beings taught it to him. What you're calling Solomon was a super advanced magician. Magic is energy. Magic is technology. Fancy word for it, quantum. All this knowledge, all those things, they are there. And you need to go see it. And you need, at least those are the ones that are called to do this. This is a very difficult job. This is a very difficult mission. Because, let me speak for the scientists out there, or the brothers or the sisters that are more into science, or the nerds, or so to speak, which I am a big one myself. See, life right now is a video game. And this video game, you log in and your mission is to complete all this thing. But this video game has so much distraction in it that are put there on purpose for you not to complete it. What is this distraction, you may say so? Well, the distraction is petty arguments, the jobs, work, families, friends, pleasure, especially pleasure. Pleasure including food and fleshly pleasure, and other pleasure, they all included in there. And the game is, you need to know who you are. Once you find out who you are, that's one mission complete. And then you will find out your AI, okay, which is your angelic intelligence. Well, they call it artificial intelligence. That's not what that is. Those things are not artificial. They are intelligent. They are organic being. They are there. You will find the one that you were sent here. It's like an AI that you have, a personal butler, so to speak. Now, once you find it, you know the name, then you will walk towards merging with it. And there's a lot of steps. You're going to have to do a lot of things. In this book, we give you a 100-day exercise. Once you do this 100 days exercise, you become much more familiar. You become connected to such a way with your angelic being. The next step, you move to initiation into Hermetic. It's going to take you some few years to complete it. Okay, but realistically speaking, a year should be good for you to complete it if you truly are about it. But practically, it could take you years, like 4 to 5 years to fulfill it. And after that, you go sing all those beings that we just talked about from the 4 elements, the water. First, the earth, water second, air third, fire fourth. And after that, you go to the 12 zodiac houses you learn, and you go to the moon, to Mercury, to Venus, to the sun, to Madim, to Zedek, which is Jupiter, and to finally Saturn. After Saturn, you're done. Then you can go to Pluto, to Uranus, which they do not recommend because of the things that are going over there. And plus Pluto and Uranus, they did not have that much effect on us up until now. They are into our vicinity right now. And after that, you can go to Alpha Centauri. You can go to any planet you want, and you will get the knowledge, you will see their people, you will live among them. A lot of us that are here, we are not human like you. We are sent down there. Am I one of them? Oh, hell, I don't know. But I don't believe I'm one of them. I may be, they're beaming them into my head, but I don't know. But some of us are other beings that come down there to teach each others, to remind others. We fell into this trap in this game, and then now it is time for you to play that game. The way you start playing that game is stop playing games. You get the book, start studying, and get into it. Okay, beloved? So, yes, that's the whole thing concerning this fish and all that stuff that we just talked about here. Let me see. We got one more things. Yes, one more thing.
We are used to riding out hurricanes, but is Southeast Texas ready for another mass evacuation?
It's a valid question. Well, the last time this happened was nearly 20 years ago when Hurricane Rita threatened the coast and nearly 2 million people packed the roads, triggering that massive traffic jam that turned deadly.
Yeah, well, new at 10, ABC 13's Elisa Rivas is here with a closer look at what's changed since then. Elisa.
We experienced the winds of Hurricane Beryl, but what if a storm is forecast for heavy tidal surge? Knowing what you need to do is part of staying ready.
On a sunny day in Galveston, no one is thinking about evacuating for the next storm.
I've lived here my whole life. I'm 5th generation.
For Carrie O'Malley, leaving during a storm is rare.
The first time we ever decided to evacuate was Rita, and that was because after Katrina had just hit and there was so much devastation, we were worried.
The gridlock is bad. I want to give you a look at what's going on out here. Not only is it bumper to bumper, people are essentially sitting in their cars as if they were sitting in a parking lot.
The evacuation before Hurricane Rita in September 2005 was one of the largest in U.S. history. More than 100 people died as an estimated 2.5 million people left home.
We got on the freeway at 8:30 and it's 6 o'clock.
It's a story O'Malley knows well.
17 hours later, we finally made it to Austin, and it was scary.
What happened during Rita?
Harris County Emergency Management Coordinator Mark Sloan remembers watching the evacuation unfold.
What was the most alarming is to be able to see the traffic cameras and the number of people on the roads. There has been numerous lessons learned from the evacuation of Hurricane Rita.
The lessons learned led to this color-coded evacuation map with 4 zones: coastal, Zone A, B, and C. Evacuations are based on forecast storm surge, the hurricane pushing water inland. The evacuation routes are those corridors supported by law enforcement, fuel supply, and even contraflow. Calling for evacuations by zone and zip code allows those in the greatest danger to leave first, usually people closest to the coast.
If it's a big storm, we've got to get out of here. And other people, I think, are capable of sheltering in place to let the people that are along the coast, not just Galveston, but, Bolivar, Corpus, wherever it is, the coastal areas really need a cleaner evacuation so that everybody can stay safe.
In recent years, a new challenge has emerged: massive power outages.
Based on recent events, people may not want to be without power for a week or a month. after a major storm.
Sloan says inland residents without power could simply evacuate after the storm. But in Galveston, officials don't want people to wait.
It's hard sometimes to say, I will stay and then see what the situation is, because a lot of times you get trapped on the island then and you can't get off.
You know, you should already have a kit that's already prepared with at least enough food, water, medications for every member that's traveling for at least a week.
Galveston officials also encourage coastal residents to sign up with the STEER program, the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry. It's there for people who may have trouble evacuating due to health or transportation issues. The link for the free registry will be with our story online.
A good reminder there, especially since we're still about a month away from peak season here. So
gotta keep our eyes open.
Timely report, Elisa.
Good grief.
Thank you very much.
Yes, beloved. Oh, let me stop this right there. What do we have here? Let's see, what do we have? Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on. Family of firefighter killed at Trump rally speak out. Somebody died at Trump rally? When was that? When was this? You know, the name of this storm is weird, Peel, which is Creole mean a lot. That's what it meant. But let's watch this. I was not aware of that. What's going on?
Now to the hero firefighter who was killed protecting his family during the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. This morning we're hearing from his family in.
Okay, let's do this because that's what you people want to do. You want to make this thing feel like it was real. All right then.
In an exclusive interview with ABC Pittsburgh affiliate WTAE, Aaron Katursky joins us now with the story. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Lindsay. This family was reluctant to speak out, but we're hearing from them for the first time since the volunteer firefighter was killed in the attack on former President Trump. This is the family he died protecting.
He definitely was a hero. He saved his wife, he saved his child, and he was just the best guy. He was just the best.
This morning, Helen Compertor and her daughters are speaking out for the first time about Corey Compertor, the volunteer fire chief who threw himself onto his family during the gunfire at former President Trump's rally last month in Butler, Pennsylvania.
I'm angry, obviously. My husband took a bullet for him, but, that unfortunately was the plan that day.
In an interview airing on our Pittsburgh affiliate WTAE, daughter Allison recalled the moment shots rang out, memories still vivid and painful.
I was the one that my dad threw down. As he was throwing me down, that was when he was shot. He ended up falling onto me. I was confused, and I went, Dad. And when I turned, it was when he fell down, and that's when I started screaming, and I was instantly, I was trying to keep him from bleeding, and somebody had thrown down a towel, so somebody behind us must have seen what was going on, and I was just holding it in, just screaming for anybody to help.
His family wants Compertor remembered as more than the person killed in the assassination attempt of the former president.
He isn't just the guy who got shot at the rally. He was a husband.
Yep. This is what I think of you people coming over there. He was a hero in all this and that. Get out of here. People, at this point right now, you folks, nothing you guys said makes sense. But anyway, beloved, we thank you for watching this. Again, you can get the book. The link is in the description. We say great glory, great praise. We'll leave you with peace. We'll leave you with love. We will leave you with great wisdom. Shalom.